Reducing violence is a major priority for me, and I believe for the state of Florida as well. The only thing that we differ on is how we do that. I've seen a lot of things that we've done so far in the past 20 years is increased penalty, like to strike you out. Yes, some people need to be out to be locked up for life. But when somebody has a drug problem and you decided that you're going to put that person in jail for 10 years, fine. But during that 10 years, what are we doing to make sure that this person doesn't return to the community with the same problem that caused that person to go in the first place? So that's where we need to be very serious about treatment program, about effective reentry program. I know Secretary McNeil, the past Secretary of DOC, Secretary McDonald was very pro good reentry program. Secretary McNeil, I believe, share his philosophy as well. And we have a new Secretary, Peterman for DJJ, who believes in educating the children to prevent them from getting into trouble from the first place. And that's what we need to do. We cannot lock up everyone. We need to lock up those that need to be locked up and keep them in jail, but we need to invest in education starting from pre-K. If a child doesn't have, studies after studies have shown that if you don't provide a child the same opportunity, if the field is not level for all children, the gap continues to grow as the child grows up. By the time they are in third grade, you start holding them back. That child's self-esteem is affected, and that child is less prone to succeed in school. And what do? They drop out. And this is something that we cannot afford to have. We cannot afford to have our children dropping out of school, because the alternative is that they follow the path of the least resistance, which is go into a life of crime, because they don't have another alternative. So we need to stop that from happening. And I have to tell you, this is not just the state responsibility. As policymakers, we need to make good policy, but we need to get the parents working together with us. We can do as much as we can, as much as we can, the law allows us to do. But we do need the parents to work together with us. And the school, it's a partnership with the teachers, the parent, and policymakers to change the system. And that's the only way we're going to have the success that we need to turn Florida around. Representative Lopez Cantera yesterday filed a bill to try to control mortgage fraud. I think that's a good thing. We have let the subprime situation has impacted Florida more than anywhere else because of Florida's population. Right now, education is one of the ways we need to start. It starts first and foremost with education. After education, we need to provide access to university to all children. It's not time for us to put barriers to higher education for children. A lot of state universities are turning children away from university because they don't have enough space because of budget cut. Yesterday in committee, someone mentioned that because they don't have enough money to prosecute for crime, so what they do, they direct file children. We have to fund, we have to prioritize. Education is one of the things that we have to do. Healthcare, we're just going to have to address healthcare in a way to keep people working. We have a problem that health insurance is a major issue in the state of Florida. We have the homeowners insurance. It still is a big issue. Insurance companies still dropping insurers, which is a problem. We have the tax problem is a problem, but it's not as big as the insurance problem, because if you have a mortgage, you cannot afford the insurance, you're going to lose your home. We have high taxes for first-time home buyers. We have, in spite of the Amendment 1 that we passed, the tax inequity still remains very much a problem for homeowners and for renters. And until we address that, property tax, homeowners insurance, people is going to continue to move out of the state of Florida, and we're losing valuable resources by allowing things to stay the way they are, or by not doing enough, and by watching our teachers, nurses, professionals moving from Florida to neighboring cities, neighboring states. So those are the major things that we need to do this year. I know in the Senate, they playing with the idea of bringing another version of tax reform, but because of the way the economy is this year, I don't think they're prepared to do that. But until we do, I think we still have a problem. I filed a series of bills this year to increase access to care, to address financial responsibility for children. As you know, nurses have always filed a bill to address issues relating to nurses. This year, I feel that nurses should be included in the Florida special risk retirement system. So I filed a bill this year to help the nurses. And I filed another bill to help every year I filed this bill to prevent people from falling off the canal and from getting off the road and falling into the canal. This year it's a priority for me, and I hope it passes. It's been I have been in the Florida House for 6 years, and I have been fighting to increase access to quality health care for all Floridians. I have been fighting to keep our Floridians safe, to make sure that we have a safe community for our children to grow up in, and for everyone to have access to education, access to quality health care. So this year, my priorities remain the same, and as long as I'm in the Florida House, I'm going to continue to fight to ensure that everyone have access to quality health care and have access to education. In essence, have access to the American dream. Because I have benefited from the American dream. When I came here, I was, because of Pell Grant, I was able to go to college and get myself a good education. And it's a great pleasure to work, to give back to my community. It's a great pleasure, even if I have to leave my only daughter at home and come here and fight. But I think it's an immense privilege to be here, to have the opportunity to be here, to serve the community, to forge the way for other people who are coming after me. I thank the resident of the state of Florida, and particularly the citizen of District 104 for having provided me with this opportunity and for me to serve them in the state of Florida.